violent, lawless, terrorizing force to the tune of billions of dollars. For anyone with a heart or a moral compass, there should be no debate. But here we are. So our friends from Minnesota, the heroes that they are, traveled across the country to here in D.C. to send a message to our representatives. ICE out of Minnesota. ICE out. ICE out of everywhere. ICE out. Not one more dollar for ICE. And I want everyone here to know that Minnesota is not alone. What Trump is doing is deeply unpopular. From Minneapolis to Los Angeles to Maine, families and neighbors are standing up and bravely confronting these violent attacks by ICE, putting their bodies on the line, opening their doors, sharing groceries and medicine, closing their wallets to businesses that support ICE. The least our representatives could do is confront this administration, use the power of the purse, and cut off the flow of funds to ICE and CBP. And while our families are stretching the dollar in order to survive this affordability crisis, the Trump administration has robbed our kids and families of the money they need to survive. They took away our Medicaid. They took away our food stamps. And they used it to fund this terror campaign. But as you can see behind me, our movement is stronger than their cruelty. I said our movement is stronger than their cruelty. The folks you'll hear from today are evidence of that. They organized a general strike. They built community power. And they spearheaded a movement of neighbors stronger than corporate greed or a petty wannabe dictator. So it's time for our representatives to take their lead and abolish ICE. With that, I'm going to pass it to our leader, Rachel Dion Thunder, Vice President of the Indigenous Protector Network. Give her a hand.
Chants, Rachel Dion Thunder. I just said hello and thank you. Thank you to everybody that is watching, listening, and resisting what is happening across these lands. I'm the Vice President of the Indigenous Protector Movement. I'm also a second-generation American Indian movement. I come here speaking for our relatives in Minneapolis and across all Indigenous lands to acknowledge where we are and that as Native people, as Indigenous people, we have existed long before the United States government ever existed. That's right. What is now known as Minneapolis and Minnesota is the unceded, stolen land of the Dakota people. And even now, where ICE and the federal government have based their operations at the Whipple building is at the site of the historic Fort Snelling, which was a site of genocide, forced removal, imprisonment, and a concentration camp. This history is not just in the past, it is repeating now. And what is happening is not new for Indigenous people or Native people. The criminalization, surveillance, and detention has been going on since the beginning of colonization over 530 years ago. Even today, Native and tribal citizens are actively being detained by ICE, and this fact should alarm everyone. As Indigenous people, migration is our right. Indigenous people moved freely long before these borders were enforced. These borders were imposed over us. These borders crossed us. We did not cross these borders. And no federal agency gets to decide the sovereignty of who belongs on Indigenous lands. Native communities across the country, what we call Turtle Island, and the Native community in Minneapolis has stayed activated because we have always been activated. We are not new to standing up against the federal government. Even today, there's organizations that are helping with mutual aid, community safety, collective care, and we protect each other because history taught us that we had to. I can speak even from my own legal observer work in Minneapolis of being threatened several times by ICE agents that they would arrest me, that they would break my windows if I continued to record them legally on my phone. I want to name what is happening. The presence of ICE is a violent federal occupation on stolen land. This is not about public safety. These are militarized ICE operations that are terrorizing our families, traumatizing our children, targeting our elders, and harming legal observers. ICE is not enforcing law and order in our communities. It is enforcing fear on stolen land. I want to be clear that fear is a tactic used by authoritarian regimes to exert power. The true power lies with the people. And it is that power in Minneapolis and across Minnesota that is putting an end to this, that we are winning on our streets, and now we need our electeds to back that up here in Washington, D.C. Our demands are simple and they're non-negotiable. We immediately want ICE out of all of our communities. We want ICE out of all Indigenous lands across Turtle Island, across the United States, to immediately end the occupation and to end the violence. As Native people, we have historically been painted first as savages, then as radicals, and now, along with my other fellow Minnesotans, as domestic terrorists. And I want to be clear that they're the violent ones. They are the ones that have stolen our children. They are the ones that have attacked our communities. They are the ones that are armed with deadly weapons. They are the ones that have murdered our neighbors. And they are the ones that continue to destroy the earth. This is our commitment. We will continue to organize. We will continue to resist. We will continue to pray. And we will continue to remember who we are. So in that remembrance, before I close, I want to honor the relatives who have been killed by ICE and who have died in ICE custody just this year in 2026. Parity Law died while in ICE custody in Pennsylvania. Keith Porter, fatally shot during a federal law enforcement operation in Denver, Colorado. Herbert Sanchez Dominguez died while detained by ICE in Georgia. Victor Manuel Diaz died in ICE detention in Texas. Luis Beltran Yanez Cruz died after being held in an ICE facility in California. Luis Gustavo Nunez Caceres died while detained by ICE in Texas. Gerardo Lunes Campos died while in ICE custody in the United States. Alex Preddy, publicly executed by federal immigration agents in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And Renee Nicole Good, fatally shot by an ICE officer in Minneapolis, Minnesota. At this time, I want to take a moment of silence. We lift their names, we lift up their families, and we carry them with every step that we take on our streets, with every patrol, with every mutual aid delivery, and with every conversation that we are going to have today with these electeds here in Washington, D.C. In closing, I want to say that land back is not symbolic. ICE out is not a slogan. These are survival demands. These are sovereignty demands. And these are responsibilities to future generations. I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank my fellow Minnesotans for traveling all the way here. And at this time, I'm going to hand it over to the next speaker, Amanda, my comrade, to introduce herself. Thank you.
Hello, and thank you for being here today. My name is Amanda. I am very loud. And I am the director of a childcare center in Minnesota. On Tuesday this week, 4 ICE vehicles followed a car into the parking lot of our childcare center. Our center went into its 4th ICE lockdown of this year. All of these because ICE agents were on or near our childcare center. Every time it leaves me, our teachers, staff, and families scared and angry. In over 30 years as a child care professional, I have never had a lockdown until 3,000 ICE agents descended on Minnesota in January. And the truth is, other child care centers have experienced much worse. They have had ICE agents take teachers and parents from their buildings. They have had multiple families abducted by ICE, and they have been hounded and harassed daily. So this all began with the administration attacking and trying to undermine faith in Minnesota child care with a racist disinformation campaign targeting our Minnesota Somali child care providers. The administration froze child care funds and unleashed ICE to terrorize our communities. It was nothing more than a political ploy to sow hate and fear. But Minnesotans surprised them. We stood up and protected our neighbors and spread love and kindness. In the best of times, working in child care is both challenging and extremely rewarding as we help children learn and grow. And unfortunately, these have not been the best of times. Child care workers like me throughout Minnesota have added new responsibilities to our already hectic days as we try to find ways to keep our children, families, and staff fed, housed, and safe. It's exhausting. It breaks my heart that anyone is afraid to leave their home out of fear they will not return at the hands of our U.S. government. And the damage caused by ICE in our communities will take a long time to heal and repair. Our number one priority in childcare is to ensure that children are safe, loved, and valued. Scientific research proves that children can't learn and grow successfully if they don't have these basic needs met. And living in fear means you are not safe. And children in Minnesota are living in fear regardless of race or immigration or citizenship status. I've heard a lot of talk from politicians over the years about how they are working to protect children. And then these same politicians fund, support, and vote for policies that allow ICE agents to use violent, abusive, and racist practices that harm children. They are harming children, not protecting them. And to our elected leaders, if you truly want to protect children, don't vote for a bill that provides ICE with more money to continue harming those children and families. If you truly believe in protecting children, invest that money in children and families and work together with us to make sure each child is safe, loved, and valued every day. Thank you. I am going to invite Erica up to lead us in some chants.
Ice out!
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 Who's friends?
Our friends!
Who's friends?
Our friends!
Who's friends?
Our friends!
Who's friends?
Our friends!
Who's neighbors?
Our neighbors!
Who's neighbors?
Our neighbors!
Who's neighbors?
Our neighbors!
Who's childcare centers?
Our childcare centers!
Who's childcare centers?
Our childcare centers!
Who's childcare centers?
Our childcare centers!
Who's schools?
Our schools!
Who's schools?
Our schools!
Who's schools?
Our schools!
Who's streets?
Our streets!
Who's streets?
Our streets!
Who's streets?
Our streets!
Who's kids?
Our kids!
Who's kids?
Our kids!
Who's kids?
Our kids!
Who's kids?
Our kids!
Whose family?
Our families!
Whose family?
Our families!
Whose family?
Our families!
Whose hoods?
Our hoods!
Whose hoods?
Our hoods!
Whose hoods?
Our hoods!
Whose churches?
Our churches!
Whose churches?
Our churches!
Whose synagogues?
Our synagogues!
Whose synagogues?
Our synagogues!
Whose synagogues?
Our synagogues!
Whose mosques?
Our mosques!
Whose mosques?
Our mosques!
Whose mosques?
Our mosques!
Whose stores?
Our stores!
Whose stores?
Our stores!
Whose stores?
Our stores!
Whose streets?
Our streets!
Whose streets?
Our streets!
Whose government?
Our government!
Whose government?
Our government!
Whose government?
Our government!
Whose government?
Our government!
No funding for ICE!
Hello, my name is Peg Nelson, and I have been a teacher in the Columbia Heights Public School District for the past 33 years. In my 33 years as a teacher, I have never experienced any disruption in learning or threat to any of our students' safety like the current ICE occupation in Minnesota. These actions have changed the very fabric of our Columbia Heights schools and have made every student, teacher, parent, community member less safe. Columbia Heights schools and all of us have adversely affected the learning and impacted all of the students regardless of their immigration status. It is not normal for elementary age kids to see a large portion of their classmates gone. It is not normal for our hallways to have refrigerators, freezers, and stacks of boxes with food and supplies for our families that are afraid to leave their homes. While teachers are trying to maintain normalcy for our students, there's a level of fear constantly that permeates our buildings. Many families are afraid to send their children to school. One day last month, we had 200 students absent from our school out of our 570 students. On average, we have about 130 students absent each day from our schools. They're afraid to come to school. Our school population is 66% Hispanic. They are being disproportionately impacted. Our district recently began offering an online option for our students who do not feel safe coming to school in person. But as COVID showed us, virtual learning is not the same as being in class. Students fall behind because they're unable to attend the class safely. A colleague who teaches special education at our high school reported they had immigration agents actually pull vehicles into the courtyard at the high school, and the agents were there in the courtyard where our students eat their lunch when it's warm, and the students could view that from their school windows. Obviously, the students were very bothered by the fact that the agents were on the property, and again, they felt unsafe. The colleague also reported that several high school students have been pulled over and questioned by immigration agents. One student who has a speech impairment reported that agents mocked them, that student, mimicking the speech impairment while speaking to that student. Agents asked him where the student's mommy was because they knew that student drove their mother to and from work because she felt unsafe. The message was that the agent would eventually detain his mother. The student arrived at school shaking and crying from this terrifying and cruel encounter. This harassment goes beyond just the students and their families. Our principal, our superintendent, our school board chair have all been followed and harassed by ICE agents, often after speaking publicly. Just yesterday, our retired principal, who was pulled over and harassed by agents after giving our students, on his time that he's retired, rides home. Even our teachers who are simply delivering food to our students have been followed. We don't know how much longer we can sustain our efforts in the face of federal intimidation. As educators, for the sake of our children, we need ICE to stay away from our schools and out of Minnesota. If they do truly leave Minnesota, no child in America should go through what Columbia Heights and other schools in Minnesota have endured. ICE needs to stay away from schools everywhere. Thank you so much for listening today, and please welcome now Senator Erin May Quade.
Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Minnesota State Senator Erin May Quade. I represent the suburbs, Minnesota's Apple Valley, Rosemount, and Eagan. What we are experiencing in Minnesota is just the test case for what Republicans want to unleash on the rest of the country. Republicans cut our healthcare funding, our food, children's cancer research, rural hospital funding, higher education, and to give billions of dollars to ICE. And all that money for what? To destroy our small businesses, detain our friends, kidnap our babies, and murder our neighbors. They're in the elementary school parking lots, sitting at the bus stops, chasing us inside our grocery stores, terrorizing our streets, haunting our hospitals, violating court orders, breaking our laws, and violating the Constitution. And why? Why are they doing this? The Trump administration's public statements, their stated goal of removing 100 million people from this country. There are only 50 million immigrants total in the United States of America, most of whom are lawfully present. So we know from Trump's own words that they want to remove Black, Brown, Asian, and Indigenous people from this country, citizens, lawful permanent residents. That is what they have started in Minnesota. That is what they want to bring to the rest of the country. Despite a so-called drawdown, we can tell you nothing on the ground has changed in Minnesota. I had to put my phone on silent to give this speech because I'm getting messages right now. They're by the daycare. They're down the street from the school. They're in the apartment complex parking lot. They're knocking on doors, going door to door. That is happening right now. That is why Minnesotans are organized. Despite the lies of this administration, the Minnesotans that are organized are hockey moms with minivans and whistles. We are daycare dads with pickup trucks delivering groceries. We are teachers providing support to families in hiding. We are students with signs at walkouts. We are grandmas with Costco accounts. We are pastors, imams, and rabbis with unwavering faith. We are labor members with iPhones. We are Minnesotans. We are brave. We will stand in the gap forever for our neighbors. We are here from every corner of our state demanding ICE out of Minnesota and in no other state. Not one more dollar for ICE and CBP. And give us our neighbors back. Now I will introduce SEIU member Hamse.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Hamza Hussein. I'm proud of SEIU local 26 member. I'm also a rideshare driver at the Twin Cities Airport. I'm also a U.S. citizen. I'm here in D.C. because the rideshare drivers are being stopped and harassed by ICE, Border Patrol, just doing our jobs. We are not breaking the law. We are working, helping people get their flights and keeping airport running. We are not only one hunting on our states, and increased ICE activity has created widespread fear, anxiety, and public crisis. Many residents avoid daily activity like working, schooling, and seeking health because they are scared. No one should have to provide or prove their citizenship just earning living or go doctor or walking street. That is not what the country stands for. This is intimidation and profiling, not safety. We also mourn those who were killed by ICE. Their death shows how dangerous this situation is. And why we need to end this chaos. I'm here standing with my city. This has to stop. Our airport, schools, and communities should be a place of safety, dignity, and respect. Our tax dollars are to be used to reflect American value, not tear families apart or killing the citizens. We need ICE out of Minnesota. We need ICE workplace and out of Minnesota. Thank you all.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Peace be unto you all. My name is Imam Salah Muhammad. I'm from Rochester, Minnesota, an organizer with Isaiah, Minnesota. I want you to say, we stand up when I say, when dignity is threatened,
We stand up.
When families are hurting,
We stand up.
When justice is needed,
We stand up.
that is Minnesota. Thank you. Members of Congress, my fellow Americans, my name is Imam Salah. I am a faith leader. I am an imam. And most importantly, I'm a father, a son, a husband. A few weeks ago, my phone rang. It was my mother. Her voice sounded urgent. She said, come home, I need help finding something. When I got there, she was searching through drawers, papers, old folders. I asked her, what are you looking for? She said, my passport. Then she paused and asked me a question I never imagined I would hear from her. Should I carry the real one in my purse or a photo of it, a digital on my phone? My mother is in her late 70s. She lived in this country nearly 30 years. She worked her entire life. She helped build the very school she still works today. She is a U.S. citizen. She is a law-abiding citizen. She has never had any citation, even a parking ticket. And yet in her own home, in her own town, not traveling anywhere, she felt like she needed to carry a proof that she belongs. That moment broke something inside me, because for the first time in her life, she felt like her belonging could be questioned. For more than 20 years, whenever I return from traveling abroad, I am pulled aside, taken into a room, questioned, where did you go, Salah? Who paid for it? Why were you there? And we are constantly told, just carry your papers and you'll be fine. If you are documented, you should be okay. But many of our neighbors learned it, didn't always feel that. It wasn't simple. If you look like me, if you spoke with an accent like mine, in those moments, papers didn't always matter. And the truth is, this is not new for us Muslims. Since 9/11, many of us have been questioned, stopped, detained, and made to feel suspect simply because who we are. History shows a painful pattern in this country. Fear is often turned on one community at a time. There was a time when it was black Americans were property under slavery on Jim Crow. There were times when Irish and Italian immigrants were treated as outsiders, as threats to a less than. Today, many in our Somali community feel that same weight, different generation, same pattern. But history also teaches us something else. Every time this country has faced that moment, people of conscience stood up and said, this is not who we are. We cannot ignore what happened in Minnesota. Two of our neighbors, Renee Good, a mother, Alex Brady, an ICU nurse who took care of our veterans, lost their lives in encounters with federal agents. Their deaths shook our communities. This is not politics. This is pain. This is about trust. This is about dignity. This is about whether power answers to the law. Because in a constitutional democracy, no one is above